Alright, let's go. Time for some old slop. Still way behind on this, so it is about time. Now the question is, do I go to drop near with this, or do I actually push back on? Let me check the price. I think mats, yeah, I mean drop near is still better. The Pantheon shade is like, it's 5 mil now, holy moly. Yeah, that's a drop near angle. Alright. The fact that you can click on this to add friends, but you can't click on this to check people's eye level and stuff is like... so weird, man. Also, you can't check the status of who can be taken, but you can add people. Such unfinished, yeah. Yeah, I hope the UI update is gonna be more significant than just making the HUD modulable, to be honest. There's a lot more to do here, for sure. Yeah, 3 people we can start with. Okay, press is ready. Come on, brother. Just press the thing, dude. Please. Alright, I guess we're waiting for the 4th one. Hey, La Power, how you doing? Welcome to the Alt PvE Slop stream. There it is. That's the one that everyone's been warning about. What do you make of the Abyss ranking change coming tomorrow? It's great, but we need a bit more. We also need them to unlock ranking availabilities and add some sort of carryover from season to season, but at least... Are they fucking serious right now? Jesus Christ. This guy left to make his own group. Like, actual mental illness, I swear to God. Anyways. We just need like... We need a bit more, but at least it's gonna make it possible to solo PvP, you know what I mean? Because like right now you're just doing PvP for funsies if you're going solo, because like there's no consistent way for you to climb, but with the changes at least we're gonna be able to climb again, which is good, which is really good. But yeah, next step is gonna be to unlock ranking availabilities. And ideally to also fix the overall design of open world in general, because especially rifting is not exactly designed in a good way. Do you still think the PvP guard is better than the high item 90H PvP guard for PvP? Yeah, I mean it's pretty easy to get a Centurion guard, right? And Centurion like is gonna be better. The only thing that's gonna beat PvP guard is gonna be orange crafted, because you get like 2 extra stat line, right? And then the values are like significantly higher, so it can actually make up for the lack of PvP attack on it. But I guess there's like something to be said if you really want to cram accuracy and impact hit on top of the rest, or like damage boost and impact hit or something like that. Then maybe you can use Ebony, and maybe that's gonna give you some mileage. Hey Radiant, how are you doing? How you doing? Also, sorry if I sound tired. It's because I am. So bear with me for tonight. All right, gonna be being chillin', old PvE, just casual chit chat. You know what I mean? Low octane, you know, type stuff. But yeah, I figured I would at least do a small stream today. Yeah, it's not gonna be very long or anything, but yeah, it's at least we get it out there, you know. Also, for anybody who missed it, the yesterday's roundtable went up on YouTube. It's a cut down, so a bit easier to digest, less dead air between questions, so on and so forth. So yeah. Also, there's chapters if there's only a specific topic that interests you. So yeah, make sure to check it out. And even if you already saw it live, make sure to put it on and let it run. So this way YouTube thinks that people are watching this shit for 3 hours. You know? Fucking desync. Alright. But yeah, it's gonna be the last video of the week. On Wednesday I'll be doing a late stream, because on Wednesday I'll be uploading the my first new take on the patch note rating video. Like, I'm gonna do something a bit different, so look forward to that. But yeah, and then after that, next week is gonna be, it's probably gonna be mostly guide stuff, right, with the new content and whatnot. So that's gonna be exciting. I do want to also make like a cleric guide of some sort at some point, since people have been asking for it, but that's gonna have to wait just a tiny bit. You are already on this. But yeah, there's a couple of videos in the pipelines right now. I started writing a script about arenas and battlegrounds, like the current state of these. So that's also going to be coming out at some point in the upcoming week or two. So yeah. And yeah, on the roundtable side of things, there's a couple of other like topics I would like to cover in the roundtable format, but we'll see. We'll see like what the overall reaction to it is. Like, yeah, because these two do take like a decent amount of time to like prepare and stuff, and yeah, we'll see if people like this one. There's a few topics that I would have liked to cover yesterday, right? But we definitely went a bit like overtime on schedule, and I couldn't really extend it more because we had people from like Singapore and stuff, and it was literally the middle of the night for them. It was already nice of them to accommodate, you know what I mean? So I didn't want to push it too much, but I don't think we covered like a decent amount of topics yesterday. Yeah, overall I think anyone who's interested about hearing about Cleric stuff should find the roundtable to have been at least somewhat satisfactory, right? At least I hope so. Or maybe it sucked dick. I don't know. We're about to find out. I can't press any more buttons. There we go. But obviously it's always it's a bit hard to gauge, right, in terms of interest of any given content for this game right now, because the viewership in the West is fairly minuscule, right? It's not very big, so. But yeah. So yeah, for tonight I have, I think, between 1,000 to 1,500 Odil energy to burn on my ults, and I also have barely run any dungeons this week, so yeah, 56. I still have like 30 potential dungeons I can run until I reach the diminishing return, so I'm gonna try to at least get somewhat close to that, because I don't know how much time I'm gonna have to play tomorrow. And yeah, that's gonna be the plan for tonight. Money wise, I did finish enchanting my PvE stuff for the most part. At least I reached the goal I had set to myself. Now I do have a few other things I need to do, because I think I'm like 20 eye level away from 3.5k. So I have a couple of solutions. Either I keep pushing amplification on my accessories, which I can because they're +3 right now. My guard is +5 though, which is really nice. I got that out of the way. Either I do that, or I enchant my eternal armor. That's another option, right? Do like 15 or something, or like at least a couple levels, or I just buy IL builds. The thing with IL builds is I've always kind of operated under the assumption that I would be just completing my IL build over time by running Ascended Trial and Raid and so on and so forth, but obviously it's a bit slow to do so, so if I actually want to be above 3.5 Transcendence release, I might have to go the extra mile and actually buy a few. Which is more expensive than it seems, because this shit is 1.2 mil right now a piece. So even for the 20 eye level that I'm missing, I would basically be looking at like 24 mil, which isn't terrible, but you know, it's still a bit of a budget, you know. So. Also, given the fact that they are changing the ranking point system, I'm thinking of going back to a bit more of an offensive open world build, right? Because I'll be able to dive people a bit more. So, like, cause like UCLs has been nice. Like UCL is really nice in a lot of setups, right? But maybe I could be using whatchamacallit, I could be using the likes of Voice of Doom to maybe guarantee more kills, right? Especially in situations where I'm diving Zergs, so yeah. I'll have to see, because I would be like a bit short on stigmas if I did that. I mean, although UCLs has been really nice, especially against like Rangers, Sorks, Gladiators, but yeah. Like, handling classes like Chanta without Voice of Doom has been very difficult. Very, very difficult. Also, we'll have to see how the new matching is gonna be. Apparently, I haven't had too much time to look at this today, but apparently the new server we are getting matched against is a bit of a Cabaret server, which is not too surprising given how bad we've been losing against UCL. So PvP in the Abyss might be very different anyways. I might need to be running something more aggressive just because of that alone, right? So yeah, we'll see. Also, rifting apparently is going to be random every time you cross the rift now, so yeah, can't really adjust to solely the matchup, right? Like the server matchup. But yeah. Group is pretty fast. That's pretty nice to see that. Still no Bailic mat, but it's alright. It's eventually gonna pay off. Also, I think I can make a drop net baiting right now. But I'm just gonna bank out at the end of the runs. I think just craft all of them at once and either get rich or get fucked with nothing in between. Yeah, I have 13. I did queue a couple of solo arenas like yesterday, just to try out a few things, and I've surprisingly been climbing actually. Believe it or not, like I've even had like really close matches that I thought I would lose, but I eventually was able to clutch out. Now, granted, it's a bit easier to do arenas out of off stream because my ping is more stable and my game is more fluid, but yeah, I think the few upgrades I got on the PvP side is like starting to pay off, so I might be able to go back to pushing EO a little bit at some point in the near future. I made it to 1898 because of course the game did not give me 1900. So yeah, maybe we can push into Challenger at some point in the near future. Obviously gonna have to focus on PvE for a bit, especially with the upcoming patch, but you know. Yeah, no. Also really curious to see what's gonna happen when they change the PvP damage formula for good this time. What do you mean can't use skill in the current state, brother? But yeah, I don't think the formula change is gonna be... it seems like they are targeting a lot of like major updates mid-March, so... Right now on the 25th we are getting a major update, and I would assume that the next one is probably gonna be sometime around like the 16th or something next month. The new game mode and all the shebang. Also possibly the... You know, I have a feeling, and look man, I've been coping about this for a while, but this time it's gonna be true, trust me. I have a feeling that whatever updates we're gonna get mid-March is gonna have the new mode, it's gonna have the PvP damage change, and it's gonna have the UI, finally. Because at this point they've been saying that the UI is coming soon for like 2 or 3 streams, right? So like, if it doesn't come within the next 3 weeks, then these motherfuckers are lying. So yeah, surely around the 16th of next month, we're gonna be golden finally. We're finally gonna get rid of this fucking TMU UI. At least with this group I should be able to get everything from the template out of the way pretty fast, because my template is the biggest fucking culprit. Like, I was actually about to cap my Odell with my template yesterday. I had to like do a quick dungeon after the round table just to avoid this happening, so yeah. It's good if I can empty it out. Dude, we're actually gonna die. Oh my god. Yeah, so the thing is we're pushing too fast, so my other stagger move is not back. Can't try to do more. I mean, I guess I can keep my charge skill, right? Yeah. Because the charge skill technically has stagger on it. You already know how you're doing? How you doing? So yeah, like they should be get drained pretty fast. Yeah, 590. I don't remember if I have to buy the stuff on my Templar. Do I? Oh, I do actually. Fuck. We're gonna be here a while, brother. Fuck my stupid Chungus life, man. I'm getting mad I'm only allowed to do 35 dungeons per week. Yeah, you mean the final boss ticket claim, right? Yeah, I mean, I guess Transcendence is gonna be back on the menu next week, so... At least there's that. Is the soul just like FK? It's not the soul, it's the... Oh, no, it is the soul, okay. But yeah, we'll see. I'm pretty close to 3,500 on my Cleric now, by the way. I got my PvE guard to Diamond 5, and I got all of my accessories to Diamond 3. I got a few Isle bolts, so I'm like 20 points away, pretty much. Oh yeah. If I have to, I will buy some extra Isle bolts, but hopefully I don't have to. Oh my god, should be able to do 3,500? Yeah. I mean, you're pretty close to being in the same position as me then. Yeah. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna push a couple of accessories to +4, or if I just buy a couple of Isle bolts. I'm leaning more towards like enchanting accessories, because it's better long term, right? Yep, I'm trying to understand the guard added 20k to my overhead slam on dummy, which is like 12%. 20 base attack. Yeah, but the base attack also gets amplified by the percentage attack that you have everywhere, right? So that 20 attack is closer to like 200 attack, basically, I guess. Which is actually quite significant. Especially with like multi-hit and all that shit, right? But yeah, either way, You already had the PvE guard, right? So the PvE damage boost isn't doing too much, I guess. But it's not just the base attack, right? The extra eye level. I guess you went from 70 to 86, I assume, right? So obviously all of the damage boost, weapon damage boost, might, fucking whatever, like all of these also got a quite significant increase, right? And I guess also eye level. Like, I mean, eye level does something in PvE, like it does. We don't know exactly to what extent, we don't know if there's any diminishing return, but obviously it does as well, so. But yeah. Like, the additional, like, I think it's what, 2% weapon damage boost you get, and damage boost from the eye level increase. Probably also made a pretty big difference. Trying to reroll for combat speed on my staff, but I only see HP and MP. Yeah, that's about the average experience, yeah. Difference in soulbind is very small. I mean, I guess everything adds up, right? I mean, it has to, right? I guess. Because why would it make such a difference otherwise, you know? But yeah, like, the soulbinds, when it comes to the stats you're looking for, like, I think combat speed is, it's around 20 to 30 uniques on average, right? To roll combat speed. Something behind the scene going on with weapon guard base value. Who knows? Who knows? It's also entirely possible, right? Like, if this was Iron 1, I could tell you what's going on, but I genuinely do not have enough input on the math behind stuff on this game just yet, so. Who knows? Anyone could tell me what's going on? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, that's... this guy has combat scroll and blue scrolls. Holy moly. So much gaming for such a little dungeon. Doing 10 runs for Dropnir? Nah, this is my ult. I'm running Dropnir on my ult because the Belic mat that drops from it is the most expensive by far, and the painting that you can move from it is the most expensive by far. So, like, yeah, it's the best money maker for ults, basically. Even though it's a bit of a gamble, right? Like, you're gambling, how much is it? Like 4% on the Belic mat and 20% on the painting, but when you hit, that makes up for like all of the extra Kina you didn't get from running a higher level dungeon. So yeah. Also more chill, I guess. Yeah, I mean, to some extent, right? Like on this character, otherwise I would be running Vacron, which is... Vacron is also pretty chill, but although it's perhaps a bit longer. Yeah, wasn't... I feel like this skill used to deal stagger damage and now it doesn't. But yeah, I mean, I know running the low level Dropnir is not necessarily the most exciting content, but yeah, I gotta do it. I gotta. I'm really behind on my old stuff. The exciting stuff will be coming next week. Hell yeah. That was a generous dodge, I'm not gonna lie. that kind of dodge is not working on global, you know what I mean? What you gotta do is it hard mode. Now this is normal mode, but I use my ult to farm, to funnel resources and Kina to my main, right? So I gotta do it to progress. Like, especially, dude, like I don't think people realize how to put it, how advanced I am, like gear wise, given the fact that I don't pay money in this game, you know what I mean? Because like I'm keeping up with both PvE and PvP, and both my PvE and PvP sets are actually pretty good, and that's all thanks to my ult, right? You get more out of running a Rugugu. No, because the thing with Urugugu is the mat is like half the price of the one from Dropnir, and if you got the mat from Dropnir, it would be the bound version, which I wouldn't be able to sell. And I'm not really intending on crafting anything right now, so I don't really want bound mats. But yeah. Also the painting, you know, the painting fragments you get at the end. The Urugugu painting is 500k. If you manage to craft one. The Dropnir painting is 5 million if you craft one. So basically every 3 runs I'm spinning the wheel for 20% chance of making 5 mil. On top of getting the higher value mat. You want to sell? Yeah, I need Kina right now. I mean, you could make the argument that, you know, farming more bound Beric mat would allow me to maybe craft something to then sell it, but you do run the risk of breaking the craft. Like right now I just want the cash. You're going to succeed at painting? You want to bet? You know how these bets always end, Raiden, right? Do not doubt my comedic timing on having luck. Like, I'm not a very lucky person typically, but if it's funny, I can be lucky. Like my luck is funny dependent, funny relative. Succeeded more 1 taps 2+20 than I have succeeded paintings. Yeah, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it is 20%, so it's a bit likely, but not too likely, you know. I have to get a bit lucky. I don't succeed in making paintings very often, but yeah. Actually, I'm kind of due right now. I'm kind of due for success. Oh boy, do they not have anything? We are literally gonna die with this at like 5%. Oh my god. Okay, we were 1 second away. Watch and learn. That would have been pretty funny though. I'm pretty close to making another one actually. So just you wait a couple runs. Just you wait. Just showed me, yeah. It's all about the gambler's fallacy, you know? What would be your plan for crafting an orange weapon in global? I don't plan on crafting an orange weapon on global. At the end of the day, crafting this stuff is for people who swipe. So, like that's what I've been saying, right? Like, really the only problem I have with crafted gear is, well, obviously the inherent chance to fail crafts sucks, right? But broadly speaking, the gold gear is very attainable for anyone to make, but the orange gear is very clearly made strictly for people who swipe. And I'm not one of those people, so yeah, I don't have a plan to get one. Nor do I need to get one, to be honest. Like, there's absolutely zero need to get orange gear in this game. Unless you're a swiper with wooden hands that cannot play the game without it. Like, that's it, but otherwise you don't need it. Does it make a difference? Yeah. But I'm not interested. I wish I was smart, because if I was, I could have swiped like a month later and being a big brother. Yeah. I mean, whatever. But we'll see if like the policy and like the crafting in general changes. Also, I taunted this mob and it didn't hit, so great things are happening. But yeah, we'll see if things change a bit by the time global releases, right? But if things stay the way they are, I'm never gonna make crafted gear. And even orange gear in general, I don't really have like plans to use orange gear. Like, literally, unless someone walks up to me and trades me an orange weapon, I'm not gonna use one. Basically, if you knew what you know now, you would definitely progress quicker and be able to buy some mats to make orange weapon. Maybe? But am I gonna play around doing that? No, I won't. I'm not gonna play around clicking a craft that costs 1 billion kina to make that has a 60% chance to fail. Because I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? If the craft was guaranteed, right? And there was a reliable way for me to farm the orange mat without having to buy it, then maybe. But given the fact it has such a high failure rate, I would basically be gambling the entirety of my stay on global. Like, everything would hinge on me succeeding, right? And if I fail, I would have wasted essentially my first month of global, and I don't want that to happen. Again, based on the way it's currently designed, you know what I mean? Like, I would much rather, for the same price, craft an entire set of like Ebony gear. Like, that would just carry me much further into the game than just making one orange weapon, you know what I mean? So yeah. Yo, Anchovy, how you doing? No one can. No, I thought it was impossible to get the orange 55 with this gear. If you want to, everyone was wearing it. I mean, that's different because that specifically is just gated behind. That specifically is just gated behind AP and metals, which it's just time, right? It literally you just get it by time on AP gear and Iron 1. So as long as you keep doing your dailies, your weeklies, your sieges, you know, you just like go around the motions. You're not investing other resources, right? Like PvP gear very specifically is only AP and metals in Iron 1. And the only thing you're using those resources towards is buying PvP gear. So eventually you get it. With something like the Horned Dragon weapon crafts in this game, you're essentially using all of your resources into it, all of your kina, all of your mats, all of your time towards making it. And with how high the failure rate is, if the click fails, like that's it. Like that's it, right? If you don't swipe, specifically, if you don't swipe, like that's it, you know? A great crafting system is gimped, yeah. And they have improved it by adding the guaranteed crafts, right? And now, if you're asking me, are you going to make a demonic weapon on the global? Yeah, because there's a guaranteed craft for that. And even though it's very expensive and it requires a lot of mats, at least at the end, I know I'm going to have a weapon that's going to last me for like for a very long time. So, and the thing is, the difference of power between demonic and horned, it exists. There is a pretty big difference in power, but as long as you know how to press buttons, you can make up for it, right? So I think it's okay. Like, look at me now, dude. My gear is like plus 17, plus 18. I have an Ebony weapon, like mostly Decanus gear, Decanus Ancient. And I'm already, and I have 200 ping, right? And I'm already taking on like 4k players that are fully juiced. They are literally gear capped, and I'm already killing these guys. So now, you put the situation where the gear gap isn't as big because I'm going to be able to enchant my gear better, get like slightly better crafted stuff, and so on and so forth. And I'm going to have 20 ping. The game's going to be easy for me. Like, genuinely. You know? So, I'm not too pressed about having the same level of gear as my opponent, because even on Iron 1, I never did. I never was as geared as the people I fought in Iron 1, you know? I never was. Did that stop me from beating the shit out of everyone? No. And Iron 2 is gonna be no different. One thing they could do that would actually make crafting a lot better is add another craft that lets us tier up our current weapon and keep the soulbind. Yeah, that would be nice. Like being able to basically build upon the stuff you already have, that'd be nice. Although I guess with inheritance and stuff, you already kind of have that. You basically really only lose that from the transition from gold to orange, right? So yeah, that is the only unfortunate part. You know, it's a lot less fun when you bloat out Decanus Mansion right away, I guess. Also, I still haven't added the emotes, but bear with me. I've been I've had a long week. Yeah, if you guys knew. But yeah, not only that, but we have to pay the full cost of each craft. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. To change the topic, do you know if inheritance chance at 80% means you have an 80% chance to get soulbinds? No, it's 80% chance to succeed in the inheritance. So basically, if it fails, you just lose the stone and like you have to try again. Like, that's the only thing that happens. Although the only thing that sucks a little bit is that there's no pity. There's no pity building. So let's say you are 20% success rate. Every time you fail, it's gonna stay at 60%, and you're gonna have to spam the stones, which isn't too bad, right? Especially if you do like the new hard mode dungeons. Like, you get so many golds that you basically get an attempt every dungeon you run. So it's not too bad, but yeah, just something to keep in mind. After increase cost exponentially, yeah. I mean, I agree that would be really nice if they could did that. And actually, Iron 1 had a system like that. I don't know if you remember, Raiden, but do you remember there were some pieces of gear where you could like enchant the gear to like plus 15, and then you could bring it to an NPC and increase the gear into the next tier of that gear, and it would level down to level 10, but you would get to keep everything. Like, I don't know if you remember, like you would keep the mana stones and plus 10. So yeah, something like that, right? I think we're about on patch notes. Rank points to not to be mentioned. Well, I'm glad you asked. The ranking point changes. That honestly, that's the biggest one for me, obviously, right? But I mean, otherwise, there's some really nice stuff in there. I'm gonna wait for the actual patch notes, and I will, as I said, next Wednesday, I will be doing a late stream on Wednesday because I'm gonna be making a full-on patch note walkthrough review video where I'm gonna go through everything while also being in game, so I can go back and forth between what's written in the patch note and then showing it in game at the same time. So I'll also be covering like all of my thoughts about the patch notes during that. And obviously there will also be the data mining stuff as usual. You don't lose the gear, so that's nice. Yeah. You literally just lose the stone, so it's kind of whatever. Like it's so irrelevant that I wonder if they're just gonna make all 6 inheritances like 100% at some point, because it's kind of pointless for the inheritance to be chance based since they removed the Kina. Also, we're gonna get the refunds this week from the orange gear and the inheritance, so that's nice. I don't remember that. Someone made me a will stick crafted weight. I mean, basically what it was is I don't remember every tier of gear that was available on, but I think it was available on like some abyss equipment and stuff like that. But like, let's say you have like a chest piece, like an abyss chest piece that you have plus 15, fully mana stone socketed and everything, and you want to update it. Like, let's say it's the 4-star officer set, and you want to upgrade it to like, I don't know, the rank 1 mythical set. You brought it to the NPC, and it would upgrade to the rank 1 mythical and lower it to plus 10, but keep the mana stones and everything, right? So yeah, something like that. I was thinking that I wouldn't be surprised to see them all 600%, but it's server-wide or something. Yeah. I think it would make sense. Then again, I do think they want us to like, quote-unquote, waste golds by using the totems, like the stones, because technically speaking, we are not using golds when inheriting to reduce soul binds. So I guess, you know, that might be the reasoning behind it, but I don't know. I think it's just pointless. It can also very easily get you stuck in a permanent loop of like never fucking getting the inheritance. Like, I got my second Tribunus ring yesterday, by the way. So I actually did the inheritance. It wasn't as bad as my pants, but it took like, I think 6. So now my next inheritance is gonna be 20% chance. So the next one is gonna be pretty fucking painful. It's probably gonna be in like 2 weeks though. So by the time I get to it, we're gonna be pretty close to the end of the season anyways. So yeah. It sounds like you bungled 8 times, yeah. Like, that's the problem when it doesn't build pity, right? Yeah. Oh, you know, maybe they can do something like as simple as every time you inherit once, it requires 1 more stone every time. So the first inheritance takes 1 stone, the second one takes 2, then 3, then 5, then 4, then 5. You know what I mean? So this way, it does still take like a pretty large amount of gold, but at least you do have the end is in sight, right? I think that would be a decent way to do it. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. Alright, I'm waiting for the essay. I'm guessing I'm using 30 AP gear piece, a 40 AP gear piece, and I'm about to buy a 50 AP gear piece. Yeah, I mean, I understand what you mean, so you don't have to apologize. Why do you think I'm doing this specifically for armor? So my new take, because gold medals are now actually easily available as long as you can get to officer rank, is you just get full Decanus. I'm not gonna say it. And then you basically get the most expensive piece as a Centurion, so the 40 pieces. And then you get the least expensive one as 50. So this way you reach the you get the mixed set effects faster. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm doing personally. Decanus mentioned, I guess. But that's the current way I'm doing it. Now, if you don't care about getting the set effects fast, you can do the opposite. And the reason why you would want to do the opposite is because basically high eye level means higher soulbind percentage. So if you want to min-max the amount of stats you get from the Soulbind, then you would get the big pieces with Tribunus, right? But yeah, I just want to get all of the side effects ASAP, so that's what I'm doing personally. So I hope that answers your question. Also, for the people on Twitch chat, no, I'm not schizophrenic. I'm just talking to someone on YouTube. So don't worry about me. I'm tired, but I haven't gone completely off the rail yet. No, yeah, like doing a set mix like that, it's basically you want 5 pieces of Centurion and 8 pieces of Tribunus to get the maximum set effects, which actually brings you more stats than High Commander. Well, it brings you like a similar of stats to a High Commander, but it brings you more stats than full Tribunus, basically. So yeah, what I'm shifting into right now is chest piece, legs, guard, cape, headpiece as a Centurion, and then the rest as Tribunus. Wait, I didn't realize the streamer uses YouTube. Do you make videos? Well, yes, I'm glad you asked. As a matter of fact, I just released yesterday's roundtable as a cut down version with chapters. So if you missed it and you want to listen about a dickhead talk about Cleric for 3 hours, then please make sure to check it out. I meant specifically to min-max the amount of gear you can use in PvP and PvE. Ah, I see. Yeah, I mean that's up to you, right? Like you can get one piece of 30, one piece of 40, and one piece of 50, yeah, at the same time. To not get the set malice. Also, if you really want to be a frugal piece of shit, the PvP weapon does not count towards any of the side effects. So the PvP weapon actually doesn't actively nerf your PvE damage, outside of not having the PvE damage bonus, of course. So do keep that in mind. But yeah, like up until recently, I was still using a couple of PvP pieces on my PvE set, specifically for that reason, yeah. But yeah, like if you want to save up on not having to redo soul binds and stuff on like PvE armor, then yeah, that's definitely an option. Although the only thing it's gonna be bad for is that obviously PvP gear will have like lower eye level than PvE gear. Just weapon or weapon and guard? Just the weapon. The weapon is not part of the side effect, but the guard is. I mean, you can check it yourself on by checking the weapon on the menu, right? Like, look, great shop gear. You see Tribunus. The side effect is here, and if you check the weapon, oops, wrong one. There's no side effect here, as you can see. Oh wait, I have this. But yeah, I do know some people opted into grabbing a Centurion weapon because it's actually not too hard to get right now. Especially like range classes, for example, so it is an option as well, although you will lose the PvE damage from not having a crafted weapon, obviously, which could be problematic for the higher end stuff. I guess we can just start. But yeah, for armor, 100%. Like, especially if you can't get like damage boost on the chest or combat speed on the gloves or anything of the sorts, then running a piece of PvP on that slot just to get the correct soul bind is gonna be worth it for sure. Yeah, no one's joining. Crazy stuff. By the way, I didn't ask, but did you guys enjoy the roundtable yesterday? What did you think? Is there anything you would change or anything of the sorts if I was to do this again? The people who were here. I wasn't really interacting too much with chat because I just wanted to leave as much breathing room for the guests as possible, right? So yeah, I did answer via text to some messages, but yeah. I also wanted to have like a specific chat segment, but because it extended to be much longer than I initially thought, I kinda cut it out. I feel like a roundtable are better for focusing on the content than the Twitch chat experience. Yeah, that's typically what the way I approached it, right? But yeah, no one is opening shit. A dick anus head. Yeah. Obviously, like, this isn't like a massive channel or anything, so you know, I did the best that I could with what I had, for sure. Like, the setup was a little bit jank, but you know. Someone wants the chat experience, I should just ask stream it. Oh, shut the fuck up. Never talk to me ever again. I'm not getting got anymore, dude. I may be tired, but you're not gonna ligma me tonight. Not happening. Nah. Doesn't this guy's name means spider in some language? I feel like I've seen that before. Like fucking Spanish or something. I don't know. Guess we're blasting threes. Like even though these are 3 bosses run, like we're actually blasting threes. Would I get 1 Balic Man so far? I would like to get one of those like jackpot ones where I open the chest and there's like 3 Balic Man. That would be nice right now, right about now. I'm just gonna keep all of my stagger stuff because I'm looking at the comp right now and I'm not trusting any of these people. I was looking right now. Spider in Portuguese. Wow. Okay. I feel like this exact autograph was like maybe a spider in one language, but I guess close enough. I guess close enough.
가련한 존재, 사라져라.
I guess I also have my dash for staggers, yeah. I keep forgetting about that, but the dash has like 15 stagger on it. That's pretty decent actually. Alright, 3 Baltic mats coming right up. A god, really? Man, I feel like I feel like getting a Baltic mat is like more likely than getting a god, to be honest. There we go. This fucking comp, dude. And this guy click the button. There we go. Maybe he got a splendid Odil and didn't want to like let it go. Speaking of, one of the things that was mentioned during the stream yesterday was they're finally adding the option to craft up and down hats in quality. And the result is that shit has exploded in price. So, you know. Dude, get this guy press ready, please. Like, green Odil was like 300 Kina, and now it's like 30k. Ether breakdown upgrading is coming, yeah. I think it's every mat. I think that's what they said, right? But yeah, like... Gathering... Oh, I guess it went back down to 1.6k. Wait. It went back down to 1.6. I should probably be buying a bunch then. Because like you're gonna be able to break these into whites, right? I mean, if anything, it's gonna make the price of whites go down significantly, right? Wasn't clear when I watched Whelps cover it? Like, I guess we'll figure it out, right? But yeah, like, let's say it's 1.5k now, it would be 500 Kina per white Odil. Like, now we're talking. Now, I can fuck with that, you know? That's the kind of price that is better, because, dude, having to pay 7k per Odil was... hellish. Also, can we please add the Odil reward from the nodes directly into the chest reward, please, so we don't have to gather that shit every time? Please, like... I just don't understand the point of like making nodes appear around the chest instead of just putting the reward in the chest, you know what I mean? Actually getting a decent amount of gold somehow. So many pants. How the fuck am I getting so many pants, dude? What are the stats on the god? Wow, that's absolute dog shit. Because then you won't level just skill up. Are we gonna imply that leveling, life skilling, and crafting up in this game is even remotely difficult though? Like, are we even gonna go down this path? I mean, I guess you could make the argument that because you have to gather it, you can get your like gathering tree thing passive procs, right? But does anyone care about that? Like, I don't know. I opened the last one. Damn. Dude, I'm so tired. Like, dude, this stream is not gonna be long. I'm gonna be dead ass with you guys. Like, this is a bonus stream. This is bonus. Okay, nice, there we go. A nice dodge, dude. Wow. Really nailing those perfect dodges as of late. You know, I was thinking about something about Bakama, right? Because they keep bringing back Bakama, and every time he dies, he just like kind of disappears in a portal or something. I have a feeling these motherfuckers are gonna have us like have a fight against all different versions of Bakama at once at some point. They're just gonna make like an ultimate type fight where we just fight the 50 different versions of Bakama we fought like all at the same time. They are certainly setting up for that, at least. Someone is running a seal stone in this economy on the Nold. Crazy. Dude, I'm spamming F and I'm getting ping diffed on kicking the portal, dude. Fucking tragic. Nice. I'm glad I pressed that dash 50 minutes ago and it went out into the wave. I'm glad we got this out of the way, you know. Dude, this patch is gonna be nice now. I'm finally gonna be, dude. Okay, like it's slowly starting to like trickle in, but it's like after this patch. First of all, we're not gonna get beat matched against this fuck-ass server. Fuck you, Steel. Holy shit. And I'm gonna be able to do dumb shit again in PvP. I'm gonna be able to jump into Zergs. Again. Really looking forward to that. I was surprised when they just get a remake of 1.0 Dropping Cave. Transcendent Bakama is probably something you would see later on. Yeah, I feel like Transcendent Bakama maybe would have been intended into like something they wanted to show later on, but maybe they just wanted to like have a strong first impression for the first endgame dungeon, you know what I mean? And like, I think it did the job, right? I think most people that played this game and reached level 50, the first time they did Transcendence Bakama, they were like, wow, this is cinematic as fuck. And then you realize that the only mechanic involves pressing jump, but, you know, for the first impression, I think it did its job. Yeah, we got another one. Hell yeah, chat. Winner POV. But yeah, I think we might even, because the way they are handling Bakama right now is they're doing the multiverse thing with Bakama, right? So I feel like they might actually bring back Commander Bakama at some point, because right now it's been Transcendent Bakama and the other one is called Afflicted Bakama, I think it is. I think we're gonna get a dungeon with Commander Bakama at some point. I think we will. And I think that's when they're gonna bring back extendables. Yeah. You have to hit your target skill. I mean, it's a bit of a tutorial fight, to be fair, and I think it did an okay job at being a tutorial fight, because it taught you about jumping mechs, and it taught you about having to use your stagger skill, right? It's just like Crowd Cave. Although Crowd Cave is a bit more simplistic, I would say, because there's no jumping. It's literally just like hide behind a rock. Which have we gotten another mechanic where you need to hide behind something? I don't remember. Like, we've had mechanics where you need to hide inside of something, but not behind a rock, I guess. Now we need more fights just like Afflicted Bakama, though. That mixes up a bunch of different mechanic that has been thought to us, you know. I really hope the upcoming dungeons are gonna be more like this. Yeah, dude, I have high hopes for that upcoming Transcendence dungeon. I sincerely hope that this upcoming Transcendence at level 10 is gonna blow our fucking socks off. Because Transcendence was already like the higher end of PvE mechanics in Season 1, so I hope this one is gonna like push the envelope, you know? Like, even at lower levels, I hope it's gonna have a ton of mechanics. I want to struggle, you know? I want to prog. I guess that's the more accurate thing. I want to prog. I want to die because of mechanics, you know what I mean? Like, that hasn't happened very often in this game so far. I want to see a mechanic and be like, wow, that's difficult. Now, obviously, none of those like puzzle mechanics like 14, because I think these are boring. Like some actual, like, you know, tight execution, like feels fresh type stuff, you know. That makes you dance. Like a succession of mechanics that makes you do different stuff, basically. Similar to like some of the more like execution-based mechanics of 14. Stuff like, you know, like Pantocrator and stuff like that, right? Like that is one thing that I did appreciate about Throne and Liberty, is even though the PvE sucked ass because they just couldn't get the balancing and the exploit iteration fixed properly, at least every boss didn't just have one mechanic, they had like a string of mechanics that you needed to do, right? So that was nice. And you were forced into doing it properly because Throne had no res. Which is funny, right? Like, Iron 2 has too many res, Throne had no res, like, come on, figure it out. Do something in between, you know? I dislike the self-resistance so much, man. The game would genuinely be better without the self-resistance. Kinda crazy. Like, think about how much more engaging the PvE would be if the rest stones didn't exist and there was actual consequences to fucking up. I think this game would benefit from having a hard res limit in boss fights. Like, once you have been res 3 times, you can't anymore. I think this game would benefit from putting the self-resurrection debuff from Sanctuary in every single piece of endgame content. Like, that's my opinion. So no self-resurrection stones at all on the endgame content. Like, if you want to keep it on like normal modes and low-level transcendence and so on and so forth, that's fine. Or even like old content, like that's okay. But hard mode dungeons, transcendence above level 7, and all of that, all of those, right? Like, just remove access to self-res stones, to be honest. The game immediately gets better the moment you do that. Like, imagine having to try in PvE, you know? Like, that'd be nice. Like, I think the Cleric res is fine because it does have a pretty long cooldown, right? I still think the Cleric res didn't need to be changed to be usable while moving. I think having to stop to cast it was fine. But, you know, whatever. At least it has a long cooldown, right? And like, if they really want to not make Cleric the only class that can res in the game, I guess they could also give a single target res to Chanta on like a, I don't know, like a 1 minute cooldown or something. I think that'd be fine. But yeah, I think endgame content should not allow you to use the self-res stones. I think people should try a little bit harder to clear high-end PvE. And I know not everyone is gonna agree with that, but that's okay. Divergence in opinion is always a good thing. Divergence? Whatever, same thing. You get my point. Dash D. Bruh. I don't have enough slots. Crazy. But yeah, even if they don't want to outright remove the stones, then at least put like a 5 minute cooldown there, so you can really only use like once like one stone, maybe two during fights, but like that's about it. Remove res stones so people will actually try to learn the game. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the thing. The thing is, people say PvE in this game is a joke, but I can tell you that the people that say that have died plenty of time on content. But the thing is and I would agree that we need more mechanics and stuff in general in PvE, but people have been brute forcing PvE in this game since the start with the self-res stones. Any idea why my game freezes then crashes every time I try the in-game macro? I honestly cannot tell you because I haven't tried to use the in-game macro. Maybe it has to do with whatever like delay you're putting inside of the macro thing. Maybe like putting a delay that's too big or too small makes your game crash. I honestly don't know. Could also be conflicting with like your mouse or keyboard software. I don't know. But I don't use it, so I couldn't tell you, to be honest. Because it genuinely does, like, the macro system genuinely is, it feels worse than just doing stuff manually, number one, and number two, with high ping it just straight up doesn't function well at all, especially if you have variable ping like I do. So yeah. But yeah, like it's like I was saying yesterday, right? Like, the only reason why people shunned Cleric out of groups is because people could just like go full DPS comps and just like spam redstones to clear content and make up for the DPS this way. So this way you don't actually need to get healed, you don't need to get rest, you just spam redstones, right? If there was no redstones in hard mode dungeons, let me tell you, Cleric would not have needed that 20% damage boost buff for people to take them into dungeon. You know what I mean? Also, like a small change that they announced was the ability to shuffle your skill bars however the fuck you want, including like stigma skills and stuff, and even putting stigma skills in the like macro slots and stuff like that, right? So I mean that's probably in preparation for the modulable UI and stuff, but if they are looking to expand the skill bars and so on, like that'd be nice. But yeah, if anything, I hope they're just gonna give us the option to expand the amount of skill bars we can have and just populate however the fuck we want. Like, I also want to be able to just like put pieces of equipment in my bars and consumables and shuffle things around as I please, right? Even if we technically can't populate every single slot because we don't have like enough skills or whatever, like I want to be able to do so as I please. So I hope that's the first step to allow us to do stuff like that, right? Like it would be even more, like even easier for melee classes to switch between extendable and non-extendable if you were able to just put it in your bars, right? So there's definite benefit to that.
가련한 존재, 사라져라.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my child skill for the next one.
가련한 존재, 사라져라.
Still have yet to see an orange BOE at any point in the game. I feel like I've run so many dungeons, you would think I would have seen one, but nope. Still not. Some of them actually declined. You have a new sponsored stream invitation. Oh boy. What shitty mobile game should I be playing, chat, for a paltry monetary compensation? Dark Epoch. Ow. What is that? Does that ring a bell to anyone? Dark Epoch? Yeah. Okay, let me open this up. I mean, it's not too terrible, I guess, in terms of like what it requires me to do. Oh, maybe I'll look into it. Hey, just tuned in. Why are you doing drop me? I feel like I didn't touch that dungeon after storyline. This is an alt, and the reason why I'm running drop near right now is because it's some of the best money you can make on an alt right now, because the Belic mat from drop near is the most expensive of them all, and also the painting you can make from drop near is by far the most expensive dungeon painting in the game. So I'm basically just spamming it with my ults just to maximize money. Step over for a second. Did I miss an eternal drop? Nah, you didn't. You did not miss an eternal drop. I've been getting a fuck ton of golds though. That's pretty nice. Why is the painting so expensive? It's like one of the only gold painting that gives you illusion, so it's actually quite sought after. And also, I guess the thing is that most people that run low level dungeons, they probably run Crowd Cave because it's slightly faster to run. So I guess not many people are actually making the drop down painting. So the mix of those two is probably the reason why. And speaking of paintings, am I far away from crafting one? I can make one actually. Yo, it's Raiden still around? Do you want to see a master at work? So what is bro doing? don't go over there. That's no bueno. Wait, I think my chat is frozen actually. Dude, why is my OBS acting up? Ay ay ay. Yeah, I'm missing like half of the fucking chat messages. XD brother. I mean, let me load up the backup chat. There we go. Hey Lilia, how you doing? Can you use the same painting twice? No, you cannot. You can't. Unfortunately, otherwise my my pantheon would be full of Bakama's Nug. Halfway around, why I have my name? Well, you see, there's a very simple reason why I'm speaking your name right now, and that reason is this. Watch and learn. Fuck. Well, see you in 4 dungeons. You'll see. You'll see. Why is someone teleporting to the end? I guess this guy probably thought we were doing one boss something. Kick AFK 1300, brother, like, whatever. Let's just finish the dungeon and I'm just gonna get someone new afterwards. It's not that deep. It's a drop neck cave, you know? But yeah, on one hand, it's like the next update is gonna be great for open world PvP, and I'm really looking forward to finally being able to do dumb shit again. But on the other, we're gonna be stuck in fucking PvE CBT, dude, with the new Transcendence. Hopefully, I'll be able to catch a glimpse of the changes. Apparently, what's the name of the server we're getting matched against? It's some random ass fucking server. I think it's Kasaka. Does that ring anyone a bell? Apparently that server is doing worse than whatchamacallit, Titania. So yeah, that's hopefully some of them at least flag up for PvP, you know? That's the one risk, because it's gonna be a bit of a care bear server. Like maybe none of them actually do PvP, so that would be the risk, I guess. I mean, this guy is 1300, he's struggling with the jumps, like, he might be a new player, so nah, I'm not gonna kick him. You can have your carry, brother, it's fine. It ain't that deep.
가련한 존재, 사라져라.
Poor guy. I'm gonna be dead as guys, like I've been keeping the mob immobile since the beginning, so you guys would be able to get the back. You've been staying at the front, like, yeah, you know. I'm just gonna remake the group from scratch after this. I should be pretty close to, yeah, I actually spent all of my odal. I need to actually buy the shop odal. Let me do that. Come on. Okay, have I crafted everything? Oh, alright. Couple more runs. Couple more runs. Alright, let's remake the group from scratch. I actually use this time to put the building mats up for sale. I have too many golds actually. Yeah, I need to stash some shit in my private store on my main actually. That's what I need to do, to be honest. It should be in there actually. Yeah, there we go. Let me just sell that real quick. Also, we're getting 80 odal daily right now, which is kind of crazy. Lowest trading unit 1.4. I mean, it's right now. It's this, right? Yeah. Actually, I'll just do 3 flat. That's fine. I mean, that's already really nice. That's money. We like money over here. All right, so. And do like 4 more, basically. 3B. Achieving greatness. Damn, a seal stone. Crazy. I'm getting so many fucking golds actually, it's kind of impressive, low-key. What the fuck am I gonna reroll at this point on my gear? To be honest, I don't even know what I'm gonna reroll next. I mean, I guess I could reroll some of my PvE accessories to get Earth Grace, because of the upcoming Transcendence. That might be worth, because my passives on my earrings and necklaces is like not the best right now. Probably roll the evasion off to get Earth Grace. You know what? I'm gonna do that right now to make some space. Don't mind if I do. Gamba time! Big Gamba! Any gamblers in the chat? Yeah, let me remove the chat cover so you can see the Gamba. Yeah. Alright. So it's these, right? Yeah. I need I'm just gonna phase out the evasion and I'm just gonna get Earth Grace instead. Yeah. Like these two passives are good. So yeah, Earth Grace for the third one is what we want. I'm not gonna use Bakama shit though. I'm only gonna use the low level stuff. Light power. God damn. Survival willpower, wrong one. No, I'm gonna equip it actually, just so I see if I roll a passive. I like to spoil myself like that, you know. Fuck. Healing enhancement. That's actually pretty good though. Okay, I'm gonna roll the other ones first. One banishing and pin all the grace. That's fucking terrible, but I guess I'll roll that. I'll roll that afterwards. Imperial benediction. I think that's the other terrible one. Yeah, it is. Jesus Christ. Yeah, healing on block. Great passive. Crit air resist. Yikes. Good, thanks for the raid, Assalon. Also, why the fuck is my alert not working? That's weird. It should be working. Oh yeah. Thanks for the raid, big guy. It's not gonna be a very long stream. I'm abysmally tired, but yeah, just running a few old stuff. Yeah, I think my OBS is like hooked right now, actually, because like the chat is broken, my alerts are broken. I need to look into that. Abysmally, yeah. I've had a bit of a day, you know. You know the one. We all have these. Hit resist XD. Yo, just give me Earth Grace, brother. Stop beating around the bush. Healing enhancement. Okay, I'm rolling this off then. Yeah. But yeah, just running a few old stuff during doing some prep. There we go, Earth Grace, nice. Doing some prep for the upcoming Transcendence dungeon as well. The due diligence. So we can smash that level 10 on day 1, hopefully. Will it change us to a stigma skill slot in the future that will allow us to more than 4 stigmas? Yeah, we talked about that actually. I do hope the same. I hope this is prep for like to give us more skills. Although at the bare minimum, I want us to get more flexibility on the skill bars in general. Hey, here, Earthquakes again. Hola, you're Rostov. You don't wait until next patch to roll. I don't care. I don't really care. Like, yeah, rolling MP into MP sucks, but it doesn't happen that, you know, that much. I just want to be ready when the when the patch is up to immediately do the PvE content. So I'm prepping my PvE gear right now. This one is pretty bad. I guess these two are pretty bad actually, so I'll keep running. For healing enhancement and warmth. Why is everybody talking about single skill change and ultimate thing about that? Yeah, they're gonna basically like we're gonna be able to rearrange our skill bars and put them into the continuation system just like any other skill. Yeah, so some really good stuff coming next patch. Honestly, I mean, obviously the one thing I'm looking for the most on next patch is the change to the ranking point loss and also the server shuffle and stuff like that for PvP. So solo PvP is finally gonna go back to not being cringe once again, but yeah. What do you think about the accuracy getting added to PvP runes? It's a great change. It's a good way to phase out evasion on anything that is an assassin or ranger, which is the way it should be, you know? Different scaling for skills in PvP. I mean, obviously this is a good one, but this isn't coming from definite this next patch though. Like this is we're gonna have to wait a bit to actually get that. So, but yeah, I'm obviously looking forward to that as well, for sure. Like, I mean, as I was saying earlier, like I would expect that it's gonna come because they seem to be announcing a bunch of stuff for mid-March. One minute, that's the right one, right? Yeah, alright. Now we just want to get healing boost instead of this. But they seem to be teasing a bunch of important updates on mid-March, so I'm guessing that mid-March is gonna be a massive one. We're gonna need a new mode. We're gonna get the new PvP damage balance. We're probably gonna get the UI update as well mid-March. I think the mid-March update is gonna be fucking huge. Really looking forward to that. The game is getting better, guys. Baby steps, but it's getting better. And honestly, so far they haven't been missing with the dev lives, you know? Like every time they do a dev live, like yes. Alright. Going back onto my ult to finish up the drop near situation. So between rolling soul binds or enchanting things to 15 and amplifying, which one gives more oomph in PvP? Honestly, the thing with PvP is that it's a mix of everything. Like in the current state of thing, especially with fucking everyone right now being geared as fuck, you kind of need like everything to be well endowed to perform well. But I guess if I really had to pick one, I would at the bare minimum get the important soul binds on your gear, so you know the baseline stat like combat speed, movement speed, so on and so forth, and I guess plus 17 on your equipment. Like the mix of these two would be the best start, but you just need like your full build to be focused and to be online to perform well in PvP right now, in general. Yeah. And you kind of work on both at the same times anyway, because anything that is Kina or Enchantment Stone resources, you're basically investing into the enchantment, and then anything that is golds, soulbind stones, etc., you're investing into your soulbind. So you're just kind of building both at the same time, right? Let me try to fix my. Can I refresh this? Actually. Docs. I don't think I can. Yeah, I think my OBS is a little bit cooked, so sorry if anyone posts a message on YouTube right now. I might not be able to see it because my OBS broke. Sorry. I guess I can pull up the YouTube page and look on occasion. Let me pull it up. There we go. Sorry. Alright, I'll just give a quick look-see in every now and again. But yeah, a lot of things to look forward to with the upcoming patch for sure. A bit too much even. Like as I was saying earlier, like I'm really looking forward to being able to do open world PvP, like solo open world PvP, in a fun way again. But I'm gonna be stuck in Transcendence Dungeon Prison for a couple of days for sure. So at least until I get like a decent balance or something, right? So because I don't really intend on getting the new set, bruh. I don't really intend on getting the new card sets because honestly they kind of suck ass if it's only these two. But I will need to get at least the balance, so yeah. Which, as far as I understand, the balance card is going to have absolutely everything on it, including like passives, regular skills, and stigma skills, so yeah, it's going to be a bit difficult to get a good one. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I mean, someone joining, is there another, like, kid around the block joining 3 boss? No? Just no one running, I guess? Alright. Guess we're waiting. Just have a couple more to run. To be done, like 4 more, and then I'll be done. But yeah, on the PvE side of things, like, I should be able to push Transcendence. Maybe not 10, but I think 9, like 8, 9 should be more than doable. When it comes out, like I'll be 3.5 with a good PvE set by the time it comes out. So yeah, hopefully we can push that stuff fast. Let's just start with this guy. We might be missing a guy though, so like I think we're gonna miss a Chanta. Yeah. Chanta or Templar, but probably Chanta. I should maybe ping Arthur's, see if he has a permit for this. I mean, I would assume he does, but you know. If anyone in chat is a juicer Chanta, you know, let me know. Because we're gonna need one of these. But yeah, what were the set effects of the new cards again? It was like some PvE set effects, right? I think it was like PvE crit and PvE defense or something on both, and then it just reverses the order of each. Like that doesn't sound too enticing. I think I'll just keep what I have right now. Because when we data mined the card sets, right? Like these existed, but there also were cards that gave like PvP damage and like attack speed and stuff like that, right? There was also one for like healing potency and stuff like that, right? So I thought we would get these, but I guess not. I mean, I think we are due for a second Transcendence dungeon, right? At some point, so maybe they're gonna wait until this one to add these. Maybe to some extent season 3 is gonna be like season 2 2. And it's gonna add like the stuff that they basically started adding with season 2. Because we're gonna be missing a few dungeons as well in terms of like the Eternal set, right? So yeah. Because we're missing like what? We're missing chest piece and pants. from the Eternal set, and we're also missing like accessories, so earrings and ring, right? So we have at least 2 dungeons in the pipeline somewhere, which we have already data mined information for one of these, but we are missing the second one. And I'm guessing these 2 might be coming next season, probably. Which is smart, right? Like, at least they're keeping content in the pipeline to slowly release, so we constantly have like an influx of stuff to do. Although I do hope next season will not introduce a new sanctuary or anything of the sort. Like, no new crafted gear, no sanctuary, nothing of the sort. Because I don't think we need any of those. And yeah, once again, sorry for the old PvE slop, but I gotta catch up with it at some point. Like I haven't been able to catch my breath this week, so I fell behind pretty hard on my old stuff. So yeah, kind of have to get through it, right? And I have to get through to at some point, but it's for the greater good. We are prepping for a bigger purpose. I'm almost done with like amplification on both PvE and PvP sets, right? So like once we reach the point where we're done with both, like yeah, we're gonna start to be gaming with our money. Otherwise, well, waiting for the rank point change. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at, right? Like I was intending on doing more PvP today and tomorrow, but it's like, kind of why bother? Like if I go out right now, I'm never gonna be positive in points, and PvPing against you still has not been all that fun. So yeah, I might as well wait until Wednesday to scratch the itch. Yeah. Although I think the Wednesday stream is probably gonna be a Transcendence Dungeon grind for sure with the boys. Although I could be doing some arena, like as I've said, I've dabbled a bit in arena with my PvP improvements, and I've made it to about 1900 rating, so I should be able to game in arena pretty soon. We are pretty close to breaking into challenger in the arena rankings. But I might wait until I amplify my accessories just a tiny bit more before I do that. Which is gonna have to wait until I'm settled on my PvE set. I'm gonna keep my charge skill for this. Actually, I have some cradle to do on my chanter as well. Ugh. So much to do. Alright. One of the guys already left, unfortunate. Damn, 2 people left, unfortunate. Okay, well, all of them left. Excellent. Do we have any cool kids on the block? Yeah, 3 boss already inside. I'll take that. What is going here? Well, seemingly nothing. Alright. Took the bait. Okay, we have 2 3K gamers though, so I guess at least we have this going for us. Also, let me put back the chat cover. Oop. Before someone puts a slur in chat. As they do, you know. Oh brother, did you try to open the thing on your own? Are these 3K people just AFK at the start or something? I guess they are, huh? What are we doing here? I guess I'll open this for them. Are the 3K gamers actually coming? They are, look at that. Oh, surely these guys are gonna make light work of this. Yeah. I don't know why you would be running this at 3K though. I feel like if you're 3K, you might as well run the hard mode, right? Like, at least you get twice the chance of getting the Balik mat. I mean, who knows? They're not even from the same server, so like this is a 100% organic carrying. You love to see it. Alright. Now, I don't know how I feel about the fact that the dev lives are coming on Sundays, though. I'm gonna be honest, because you know, at least with the old format, you had your day kind of. Oh yeah, it's dying really fast. You kind of had your day like already figured out on Tuesdays, right? You watch the dev live and then you discuss it, and then the maintenance happens, and then you immediately get to enjoy it. Now we are kind of like sitting on the informations, you know. And some of the stuff they said do have immediate economic impact, like just like with the ether, right? Like the Odal, the fact that they are bringing in the breaking up Odal into lower grade Odal, right? Like that had an immediate. Oh wait, do I have a PD actually? Let me grab that. So yeah, I don't know if it's the best. I think I preferred it happening on Tuesdays. Well, on Tuesday because one of them have a business trip. Yeah, I mean they talked about that live stream, right? they're gonna be gone to prepare for global, right? So who knows if they're gonna stream again, actually, but yeah. What are they doing to Odell? I didn't see any price change. They're basically doing. They're basically. I think it's not just Odell, by the way. I think it's like every gathering mat. But basically, they're gonna make it the same way as Iron One, where you can break the high grades into lower grades. Finally. And it did have an economic impact. Like the moment they announced that, the green Odil went from 300 Kina to 40k. Although it has went back down now, but it is still like slightly higher than it used to be. But yeah. Good change, honestly. I don't know why it wasn't this way to begin with. Like 2 or 3k when I last checked. Yeah, so it's still more expensive than it used to be, because again, it was literally 300k 300k now. Like I was basically buying green Odell to morph the green mats for like healing pots and stuff like that, right? Because it was actually dirt cheap. Not really ever been below 2-3k? Nah. It was literally 300k now. I was buying them by the thousands to morph into fresh Asfa and French. Wow. Fresh Calendula to make healing pots and the big potions. Yes, I was making French Asfa with it. Don't question how that works. But I mean, overall, that's probably gonna mean a drop in price for white oil, which rejoice. Also means cheaper crafts, right? So yeah, it's a good thing overall. Although, I mean, on Welp's stream, like he mentioned the fact that it would go both ways, so you would be able to combine multiple whites to make a green, but I don't know if that's true. That was a bit confusing the way he said it. So yeah, I guess we'll see. Yeah. Also, thanks for the follow, Odans. Sorry, my alerts are broken right now. My OBS is it is a little bit broken right now. I think I might have to resync it. I'll do that for tomorrow. I'm not looking at the game. Let me fix that real quick. Okay, there we go. What's your favorite Aeon 1 area and why? Well, that's a question and a half. Thanks for the prime, drink mud. So again, sorry, the alerts are not working right now. So yeah, no, I'll replay the alerts for you tomorrow if you show up. But what's my favorite Iron 1 area and why? That is... I'm gonna have to really think about that one. Just give me a minute. Okay. Am I restricted to a specific patch, or do you want me to give it like to give you like a patch by patch? Because maybe that might be easier if I do that. Sanctum, because it had the most Ilios to kill. Haha. Cleric was never go there. We had a few events on EU where GMs teleported like the opposite faction into the main capital. Yeah, that was fun. None of the guards were actually aggressive. But yeah, do you want me to do like a patch by patch thing, or do I have to like find the one? How about my main version? Okay. North Catalan? It's up there for sure. Although I don't know if that's my favorite zone of a 4.x, but I think from 1.x my favorite zone might be Eldnen. Yeah, I think Eldnen is my favorite area of 1.x. I have very fond memories of rifting in Eldnen. And I do also very much love Belusen, but I think I like Eldnen just a little bit more. Wow, 2 heads. And then 2.x, let me think. I'm gonna assume main version, not classic. So 2.x. I mean, 2.x didn't have too many areas, to be honest. Honestly, I wasn't the biggest fan of 2.x, like the 2.x zones, but I guess if I really have to pick one, I mean, PvP aside, I guess I could mention a dungeon, right? Like, I mean, even the dungeon in 2.x I didn't really like, because obviously Beshman the Temple was iconic, but I didn't really like Beshman the Temple all that much, to be honest. There's only one possible answer, and it is the Rubuki Circus. Yeah, that's the thing, right? 2.x was kind of mid from a visual standpoint, and like, I would even argue that 2.x was not a very good patch for the maps, because like, okay, for PvP, Galkmaros and Ingison, like these maps were just fucking... You had the choice between doing PvP in T2, which was crowded by fucking mobs everywhere that slowed your movement speed and fucked your entire life, right? Or you had the Silentera Canyon, which was just a massive, like... It was literally a tunnel that was just full of Zergs. And then you had T3 in Gelk and Ingison, which was XD. You have the choice between either getting chased by Ragnarok and Omega or getting Zerged. Pick one, you know? So I guess if I really have to pick one, it's probably Silentera Canyon, because that's probably the area where I have the most vivid memories for multiple reasons. Gelk and Ingi sucks as maps. Yeah, I think they did a decent job on Iron Classic 2.7 to catalyze Gelk and Ingison, right? Because they actually opened the map, they removed a lot of the mobs, they moved Omega and Ragnarok, and they added the camps. So 2.7 Classic Gelk and Ingison were pretty good, and if I had to pick one, I probably preferred Gelk. But yeah, I would say Silentera Canyon. Yeah, I mean, Gelk and Ingison were built with the T1, T2, T3 format, right? So both of them were very similar as well, yeah. And then for 3.x. 3.x is it's a bit of a difficult one. Okay, I like 3.x for very weird reasons, because 3.x was a terrible patch, technically. Because Dredge died in 3.x, It added neutral zones, which really made the map feel very tiny. And realistically, you only had the Eye of Tamaranta to PvP, right? And that's the most iconic. But I feel like saying the Eye of Tamaranta for 3.x is too easy. So tentatively, Eye of Tamaranta, but I really liked the Tamaranta Stronghold dungeon. I liked the vibe, also like the music of it and everything. I really liked the vibes in that dungeon. So I'll pick that one as a bit of a curveball. Yeah. And then 4.x. Now 4.x had some bangers, dude. 4.x had some bangers. Like 4.x was really solid. If I had to pick one area in specific, I'm not gonna say North Catalum or Danaria, because those are big ass maps. Like if I have to choose one of those, I will say a specific location in those. I think that would be fair. Okay. I don't really like the underground. Okay. I like the underground because of some of the stuff it did, like the world bosses and stuff like that. I don't like the underground because of how zuggy it was and the save zone hopping, right? If I had to pick a specific area that I like the most in 4.x, it's probably Pratis Fort, like the Pratis region. I like the Pratis region. And it's not just like the Pratis Fortress, it's the Shugo area and the canyon next to Pratis Fortress. It's like that region of the map I think I like the most. Yeah. I also like the Silus Mountain and its surroundings, but I think the Pratis region is probably I prefer a bit more. Yeah. Also, the Pratis Fortress in itself was a very cool siege because it was an actual like castle, right? So yeah, I really like it. 5.x. 5.x. So 5.x. I mean, I guess there was an in between actually, because 4.7 changed the layout, and 4.7 until 4.8 was its own region. If I have to pick a favorite, I think it would be Kaldor of the late 4.x region. I do like Kaldor. Yeah. Which I think the name might have been different in NA. Kaldor was the siege map, like the volcanic region. Like the small volcanic region map for siege. I like that. I like that map. And then 5.x. 5.x was Nosra and Estera. It brought stuff like the labyrinth and the garden. 5.x. The thing with the maps in 5.x was it was the same name in NA. Okay, fair enough. Hello, was fun having Ilios power artifacts. Yeah, exactly, dude. Okay, fun fact. If you look into this very Twitch channel's VODs, there is a saved VOD from like 13 years ago of my premade at the time preventing 48 people from doing Bastion in Kaldor. So, you know, part of the reason why I like that area was because of those. But anyways, in the 5.x area, the thing is, I really liked the Rifting 5.x area, but the problem is that the Rifting 5.x areas kind of suffered the same fate as the Rifting areas in Iron 2, which is, unless you hunted people really close to the main hubs, you never really found anyone, right? So the maps were really cool, but you really never got to hunt people in the cool areas, if that makes sense, right? So for that reason, I do like them, and I think I like Estera more than Nosra for PvP, but if I have to pick a 5.x area specifically, it's gonna be the Arena of Gold. And I know it's a curveball, I know it's unfair, but I genuinely think the Arena of Gold is one of the best things that happened to Iron 1 ever. And for some reason, it existed for like 2 patches and then got removed and never got brought back, even though it was literally the best fucking content ever added to Iron 1. And it sucks that it just was so ephemeral. So little people got to experience the Arena of Gold. But yeah. That... And then I quit after 5.x, so yeah. And then I guess a special mention to Classic. I really like Tiak, the Dredgen Tiak, so special mention to that. Oh yeah, I think these would be the ones. If you think I cheated, let me know. I'll try to pick another one. But yeah, I think these are the ones. But good question. Good question. How many more can I... Oh, I'm done. XD. Okay, well, never mind, guys. I'm done. Yippee! Alright, I'm gonna do a few more rerolls on my main. I like to deal with guard aggro. Yeah. But at least guards on Iron 1 were... You could manage them, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, the guards in Iron 2 are so lame. I don't know if you guys agree, but I feel like the guards in Iron 2 are very fucking lame. Gold Arena, I love too. Yeah, Gold Arena was so cool, dude. From start to finish, it was just a fucking masterpiece. The fact that you have a lobby like shared between factions, like you see the bracket, so you can go meet the guy you're about to fight, and then you can talk to each other in between matches, and then you have the spectator mode. And like it's a one elimination bracket system, and then it has a seasonal rewards, and the rewards were so good. Like, dude, Arena of Gold was... I'm so sad that they didn't bring Arena of Gold to Ion Classic. I'm genuinely fucking upset. Because had they brought Arena of Gold to Classic, I probably would have stuck around on Classic for longer. Yeah. Oh, I don't have Earth Grace on this yet. Yeah, but I need to get either Immortal Veil or healing on this. Yeah. Okay, let me remove this. Wasn't instant kill and didn't buff the enemy faction? Yeah, I mean some of them did. Some of them did, like provide shield or even bodyguards in some scenarios. But I feel like the Iron 1 guards were just handled better. Yeah. I think when I first time won, just amazing. Yeah. Arena of Gold was amazing, and just not many people know about it. My favorite part was the weekly massive server siege. That was... Oh, dude, yes, Pangea. Oh my god, no, you're so right for that. Wait. You're so right for that. My favorite 4.x, 4.7 map might be Pangea. Pangea was... Dude, Pangea was the best siege... The best siege system that has ever graced an MMO was Pangea. I don't wait to reroll it when the patch now. I just want to get this out of the way and just like do the dungeons as soon as the servers open. So would it technically be better? Yeah. Does it matter too much? Not really, because rerolling the same stat over and over doesn't happen that often. Like it hasn't happened to me yet, so yeah. Heal block. Ugh. Alright, well. I'll just deal with that. I will continue doing rerolls until then. But I still, at least I got 2 levels of Earth Grace. That's pretty good. Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, chat. I will be done for today. I know it's a... Dude, 5 in this economy? Holy. I'm gonna be done for today. So I know it's a short stream, but I just wanted to do a short stream today. Because I didn't have time to do a longer one, but I didn't want to do none at all, so yeah. that's why I did that. Pangea was fun, and there is also pretty. Yeah, dude, Pangea was... Pangea and the Entrix's Siege, like these two were absolute fucking peak. I hope we will get some of that. Stream tomorrow? Yes, I will be doing an early stream tomorrow. I can't do a late stream because obviously there's going to be maintenance, so there will be an early stream tomorrow. Yes. I still have a bunch of old stuff to run. I'm gonna do probably a little bit of PvP, just to say goodbye to you still, and yeah, we'll do a little bit. We'll do a little bit. But yeah, either way, thanks for watching tonight. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the subs. Once again, appreciate you guys being here as always. And don't forget to follow the channel on both Twitch and YouTube if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day if you're from a region that isn't going to bed, and then if you're EU just like me, good fucking night.